Hello everyone at Enchanted Emerald. This is Melissa bringing you a reading today for Friday, July 21st, 2023. And out of the Astrology Answers deck today, we have the Two of Wands coming out with the Three of Wands. So I really feel as though these two have been coming out in a lot of readings lately for me, so I'm not surprised that they're showing up for us today. I was also very drawn to the bottom of the deck, the Emperor. Okay, so as I went through this reading, really feeling as though someone is trying to grasp onto anything that's going to allow them to feel as though they have a sense of control or an idea of how things are going to turn out for themselves, just so that they feel a little bit more secure about what's happening. But I do feel overall here that this is a time for you to kind of settle in and get quiet and really listen to your intuition, because the path is going to be revealed to you, okay? I feel overall that this is a sense here of using your potential to all of its capacity, right? Like, I feel that you're tapping into the potential within, and there's making progress. It's about this transition that you're in right now. You're really making progress, and you're ready and willing to do what it takes. I really feel like you're pushing yourself at this point. But I think at this point in time, if you haven't already, like, retreat just a little bit, right? Go within. Perhaps actually go out on a retreat and get in touch with your intuition a little bit more. Clear yourself from all of these distractions so that you can hear the messages that are coming through with you for you, and whatever way that you tap in with that intuition. Okay, so if you're listening to your gut feelings, if you are presented with images clairvoyantly, if you just have a sense of knowing, that claircognizance, however your messages show up for you, it's really a time to allow yourself not to feel so anxious about this, because things are going to work out really well for you. I really think that allowing yourself to take that step back, it could really be like a slingshot propelling you forward into this greatness that you're really wanting. I do feel like you're seeking this success, and you have this realization, or you've come to this realization, that you can't conquer the world from your comfort zone. And that's what that Two of Wands is all about. Perhaps you have been planning this for a while. So I feel like there is this underlying feeling that maybe you're concerned that you've become irrelevant, and you are just wanting to fast forward yourself to a place where success is already yours, right? But this is going to take some time here. And so perhaps you're pursuing opportunities at this time, and I really get the sense with this that maybe you've accepted something and started in on that, maybe even at this point. And there's this feeling of hurry up already. I want to make things happen for myself. And that's where that whole, I want to fast forward in time and just be at that successful part. But there is something to be said about this whole chase, or this whole journey through this transition, because this is where it's important for you to learn about yourself through that whole process, right? Where you learn about what's important to you, you learn about how to express yourself. There's a whole inner self journey throughout this whole process that you would miss out on if you were to totally fast forward and skip this whole part, right? And so this is in reflection, when it's all said and done, you'll realize the importance of that. But right now you're just feeling, and I'm getting big chills with that, so it's validation. You're just feeling I'm ready to just be there, be done. Because there's a lot of time invested in this, I feel. But, I feel like it just needs a little bit more time, right? It's like watching a pot to boil. It seems like it takes forever, but it really doesn't. In essence, if you were to get distracted talking on the phone, or whatever, you come back to the stove and it's boiling, right? So I really feel like there's something in particular here, and again, this is a theme that Joss keeps coming up with the readings as well, is social justice. So perhaps you're learning about yourself, and you are working through things that's possibly like in direct opposition to tyranny or direct opposition to inequality that you're seeing, and you're feeling upset by that, right? And so you're realizing that you could perhaps be fighting for these equal rights, or speaking your truth regarding that. I just feel that there's something around that as well that will come up, maybe even through this journey. You're realizing that that's really important to you, and you want to speak on that, or you want to be a part of that, or become be a messenger about that. And so I feel like as a result of all of this, though, that it's like your opportunities, if you were to take that path where you begin to speak on such issues, where you like meet and network with more and more people, I feel like your opportunities coming in for you would multiply. I get like tenfold, right? So that you'll have like so many more opportunities coming in for you, and there's so much more growth available to you should you choose to take that path too. And I just feel like Jack and the Beanstalk with it, right? Like you're reaching higher and higher, right? Like soaring to new heights in terms of your growth and your understanding, your inner understanding. And so it's about an emotional growth, soul's growth. So I really think that this is more about a piece that you will gain from this within, rather than something logically speaking, or like a mental growth. I feel like this is something that does kind of, maybe it keeps you up at night, it occupies your mind, or maybe you've been fixated on this for a while and you've been planning and plotting, right? Like plotting an escape or plotting revenge, right? Ultimately you'll come back renewed, right? I feel like this, I'm sensing this is like a comeback. This is your comeback, where you're coming back better than ever, right? And so I get this, it's funny, it's almost like where, say somebody breaks up with somebody, and then they take some time, and they're not on the dating scene for a while. They're just like, hey, I'm going to take some time for me. And they start working on themselves, where they're like losing weight, and they're taking time to read these books, and maybe even their self-help books, or they're going to counseling, or they're doing all the things that they want to do. They're taking time to go to the gym, and they're making it important to eat healthy and go for walks, or be out in nature, or maybe they get a pet and they spend a lot of time with their pet. I mean, there's just like this whole level of that. And then when they come back out, when they're saying to themselves like, hey, I feel like I'm ready to start dating again, and you re-enter that dating scene, it's like boom, right? Like they come back out in the dating scene, like, and then their ex sees them and they're like, whoa. Like I just get this like sense, and I'm getting big chills with this, I just get the sense of like in your face like this like in your face energy, like, how do you like me now? Like your confidence is like soaring after this. And I just feel like maybe in the past you had been, maybe there was a point in time where you were a little bit of a pushover, right? And like that's not happening after this, right? Like you have come to learn more about yourself and learn about boundaries, and you've grown so much, and I feel like you're just feeling yourself, right? Like your confidence levels are back, and it shows. You're really connecting with your power at this time, and it just feels good for you to now see things starting to turn around in your life, right? Things are starting to come together for you with that Three of Wands, and so it's motivating you to push yourself even harder. And so this is where things could really go next level for you if you are starting to put yourself out there in a different way, in a big way. So like if you were pushing yourself beyond your comfort zone by getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. So if you were never one to kind of approach somebody to start a conversation, and you pushed yourself to do that, right? This is getting comfortable with those uncomfortable things. But like start slow, but trying new things, like really allowing yourself to begin to start to take risks, take a chance with everything, right? And learn new skills, learn something new, maybe learn a new language, or say yes when you want to say no. Change up your routine entirely. Take a whole new path when you go walking or jogging, or take a whole new path to work when you drive to work. Do things that you've always wanted to do. Maybe you haven't had time to do that. Maybe you've put that off for a while. Start doing those things that you've always wanted to do, because it will initiate this whole sense of like wonder, and it will invite in more of that joy and more positive experiences as a result of that as well. So in essence, what you're doing when all of this is kind of happening with that Three of Wands is you're releasing control, right? And inviting in so many more new energies, new experiences, new opportunities, and ultimately, like that slingshot, right? You're propelling yourself in a new direction, possibly even into the direction of your dreams, and things could turn out way better than you could have ever imagined. So I love this read for us, taking us into this weekend. So happy Friday, everyone. And if you've listened through this whole video, thank you so much for taking the time to listen. As always, I will be back with another read for you guys again soon. Thank you so much. Take care.